Welcome back, everybody. So we're doing another movie review today. So today's movie review is going to be about one of my favorite horror actors, and that is Mr. Neville Archambault. So he was in one of my top three recent horror movies of the 2020s, The Block Island Sound. If you guys missed that video, please check it out over here. I made an entire video for it. The McManus brothers were kind enough to let the production studio not block or claim the video, so thank you very much to the McManus brothers. And one of my favorite characters in the movie was the father, played by Neville Archambault, and he's the one, girl. So freaking creepy, but the guy was able to do so much with just doing one word dialogue. He also had a little bit more to say in the movie before whatever happened to him. So it's a light spoiler movie review for The Block Island Sound. So it's going to give you a good idea of the story, but it doesn't give away the whole plot. So if you're interested, please check out that video. The link is going to be at the end in the cards. So today's video is going to be about 13 cameras. 13 cameras. So like I said, it stars Neville Archambault. It's not going to be a spoiler movie review, but I'm going to talk quite a bit about the movie up until leading towards the end, and boy is it an ending. The movie starts off with some cutscenes of cameras and a little bit of dialogue about how many people are unaware how they're being watched on camera. Wait a second, I'm on camera, you're watching me, I don't know who you are. Are you some kind of pervert? So Neville Archambault plays Gerald, and he's at a tech shop, and we got this scummy-looking salesman trying to sell him on the latest and greatest of surveillance technologies. So he brings up toilet cameras, and then it cuts to Gerald, and then back to the sales clerk, turning a stoic look on his face. I can tell that you're a reasonable person, so I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal.
These little guys right here, they can be hidden almost anywhere. Discretion is the name of the game. They can be indoor, they can be outdoor, underwater, anywhere. Okay, now, I wouldn't put them in the bottom of your toilet bowl or anything, unless you're into that sort of thing. You seem like a reasonable guy. Why don't we hook you up?
So he obviously cuts him a deal to sell him a whole bunch of cameras, and then we cut to Gerald is a landowner, so he owns a couple of houses. We only see one throughout the movie, but he does have more than one property in the movie that he lords over. So we see him installing the cameras in the house, and then we cut to the couple that is going to be living in that house. They're a newlywed couple. So we have the husband, Ryan, played by PJ McCabe, and then we have his wife, played by Brienne Moncrief, and her name in the movie is Claire. They move in, so they're obviously waiting for to be greeted by the landlord, Gerald. He eventually shows up late, and looking like he's been bothered. So he's giving them the house tour, tells them where everything's located, gives a couple of grunts. Yes, basement, property.
Wow.
Office, owner's closet, guest bedroom, master bedroom.
Is there an attic or basement, anything?
No,
And you're okay with dogs?
Uh-huh.
You mind if we look around on our own?
No, that's all right.
The husband kind of seems to take an indifferent liking to the landlord, whereas the wife, from the beginning of the movie until the end of the movie, she constantly complains about him, how she finds Gerald to be very creepy and off-putting, unsettling. She doesn't want to be around him.
So what do you think?
I can't breathe in there.
It's not like we have to live with the guy. Just hold your breath whenever he comes to fix the garbage disposal.
It's like spoiled mayonnaise. Well, I feel like it's on me.
It's not that bad.
We're gonna have to hire an exorcist.
Just relax. It's a cool house.
But Ryan just keeps telling her, it's nothing, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Besides, they're not going to have to deal with him for that much anyway. All he's going to be there for is general maintenance. And that's it. So they set up, they have a family, they have a get-together with some friends, and then every once in a while we see some footage from the security cameras installed in the house. And then we see sometimes Gerald at his computer. Just zoning out, just watching. The characters are interesting because Claire is the most likable of the three main cast members. There's a couple of other people, but they just appear every once in a while. They're friends and a love interest as well. But Ryan, right off the bat, like after the initial meeting, he very quickly becomes an unlikable character, especially when we discover that he's actually unfaithful to his wife, who is, I believe, 3 months pregnant. There is that happening, so there's a few times where she goes over to the house when the wife, Claire, is not around, and they fool around. There's a part where she loses her ring, and eventually the wife finds the ring and confronts him, but Ryan never actually lets out who the ring belongs to. But eventually it does come out that it belonged to, I believe her name was Hannah. So Hannah is Ryan's secretary. So from the beginning of the movie, like the moment Claire heard that Ryan had a female secretary, she was always on guard, but she trusted her husband enough to think nothing was gonna happen.
She's pretty.
Think so? How was your day?
You said she wasn't pretty.
Did I? She's a good assistant.
She's sweet. Just like a Baywatch model, though.
You got nothing to worry about, okay?
I'm not worried. I'm just fat.
You're not fat.
So there's scenes where we see Gerald, Neville Archambault, creeping on the wife, so she's taking showers, and he's spying on her through one of the lenses. And she always has this sense that she feels that something is wrong, like maybe even that somebody is watching them. Because almost every time she's alone in the house, she's always walking around, looking if anybody's in the house. But obviously no one is in the house apart from Gerald through the cameras. So we have a couple of love scenes as well, and of course Gerald behind the monitor watching the couple having marital affairs. And I think there's also a scene where he watches Ryan and Hannah also going at it. There was a really funny part actually where Ryan was talking about when Hannah was going to come over, they were going to go into the pool. And then right away, Gerald wakes up, he's like, oh, I got to install a camera there. So right away he goes to the shop to get the camera that would be waterproof to install in the bin, well, in the pool. So he goes to the house. So he shows up at the house with a bag of hamburgers, which he always gives to the dog every time he goes over. goes in the backyard. The dog loves the guy. He never freaks out whenever Gerald is in the house. Of course, Gerald is giving him treats whenever he's there, so why should he have any suspicions or dislike the guy, right? So apart from being a pervert, like, you don't really get any sense of danger apart from him being a pervert and voyeur. So he goes in the pool and he installs the pool. Then he goes back. He installs the camera in the pool. Then he goes back in the house to make sure everything is good, because also Claire was complaining about something about the water pressure in the bathroom. So he told her, I'll have a look at it tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's always tomorrow with him. Tomorrow. I'm going to try and get some video clips in I'm going to try and include some video clips. Hopefully the studio won't, I don't care if they claim it, but hopefully they won't block it. And so he's in the bathroom looking around, and then he spots, oh, Claire's toothbrush. Toothbrush. Yes. I like toothbrush. Puts it in his mouth. In the beginning of the movie, Claire thinks that Gerald stinks. So Gerald's in the bathroom with Claire's toothbrush in his mouth. Brushing his teeth with it. Then he puts it back. Doesn't even rinse it. Oh, disgusting. He just puts it back. I very much have an issue with even drinking from other people's glasses or bottles, or eating food from their plates. And to see him just putting her toothbrush fresh from his... God, you can only imagine how bad his breath must smell. The character's breath, not the actual actor, but the character's breath must reek, especially since Claire makes such a statement about how offensive he is odorously. So he puts the toothbrush back. So later in the day, Claire's in the bathroom. She's going to brush her teeth, puts her toothbrush in her mouth. Oh, tastes like shit.
Gnarly.
All right, you're missing out. Oh. My toothbrush stinks.
Pregnant nose.
No, I mean, it smelled like shit.
The movie, each time that Gerald visits the house, the story gets darker and darker. Hannah is the trigger of all of this. So she seems to be in love with Ryan, and she starts calling Ryan during the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. in the morning, waking up at the couple. So Ryan's like, what the hell are you doing? Don't you ever freaking call the house at this hour. So he freaks out on her, hangs up. So she continues to actually call him. So Gerald starts getting concerned as well. So something else happens. Gerald ends up being at the house alone with Claire, and he fixes. He fixes the toilet. It wasn't flushing. So after he fixes the toilet, shows her it works. He looks at her stomach. and she tells me I'm 3 months or whatever pregnant, and then Gerald's just like, looks at her stomach, and then just puts his big hand on her stomach, and she's like, oh. Right when he jumps to the wall, she's like, creeped out completely. The guy, like, no boundaries whatsoever, just like feeling around her belly. He's like, he looks at her, and he's like, I couldn't stop laughing when I actually rewound this part, like, over and over, listening to it. Puts his hand on her stomach, and he just goes, girl. And if you watch the Block Island Sound, you'll get the reference, but I think the Block Island Sound was actually released later, like 4 years later. So maybe the McManus brothers, by the way, the McManus brothers also produced this movie. So maybe they loved that single word delivery, girl, that Neville Archambault perfectly delivers. So she asks him to leave, obviously not unable to stand another minute of Gerald in the house with her.
Or a girl.
Oh, we're keeping it a surprise.
Girl.
It could be. Thanks for coming out.
So as the story progresses, Hannah starts getting more and more involved, and she even actually shows up at one point when Claire is home.
Hannah?
Wow, you're pregnant.
I am. Yeah, please come in.
Thanks.
How was your day?
Hi.
Hey, babe.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Hannah just came by to hook up the booster.
Yeah, I am sorry though I wasn't much of a help with that.
No, you were great. Thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time.
How was Santa Barbara?
So you guys been hanging out all afternoon, huh?
We're old pals now.
And Gerald is like, oh, this could cause us some trouble. This could ruin my setup. So she shows up, Hannah shows up alone at the house. So this is going to be the biggest spoiler I'm going to give for the movie, but really it fails in comparison to the rest of the movie. So this is the biggest spoiler. So Hannah is alone in the house. So she's been getting more involved in the family's life. So Gerald recognizes that she is a danger to his operation and to his live soap opera porn that he gets to watch. He's got to get things done, right? So he rushes over, knocks the girl out, and he brings her down to the basement. So the basement is soundproof. So before this part happened, there was a scene where Gerald was testing the soundproof of the basement. So he got a ghetto blaster that he put on full blast, and he brought it downstairs, closed the door, and the ghetto blaster couldn't be heard at maximum volume. So to him, that was a go to use that as a hostage room. So he brings her down there. The door was insulated, that way nobody could hear it, just in case. So it was added insulation and soundproofing. Now, he didn't kill her. I didn't think he was the killer type, so I do think that he maybe just didn't know what he was gonna do, so he brought her down to the basement. He chained her, which is why he was looking for a heavy-duty chain at the shop.
How big is your dog?
Great Dane.
That's a hell of a dog. You'll probably find with one of these right here. These are pretty good. Okay, well, this is probably overkill, but I mean, a tiger wouldn't break out of these things.
So he changed it to a board, and every day or every other day he brings her food. Same thing, he feeds the dog hamburgers, and she's this part was completely caught me off guard because I wasn't hating the character Gerald yet, but the girl Hannah starts screaming, and then Gerald starts mocking her, ah! 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 And I was like, all right, he just got 100% more intense. So that's the point where I was like, okay, I don't know where they're going to take this character. I thought he was maybe an empathetic idiot that just did things spontaneously. He had like no future plan.
Maybe tomorrow we'll give you a bath. Fix you up real nice. Good night.
So that was the moment of the movie that got a lot darker. So this is where I'm going to kind of leave the video. So this video should have built up enough curiosity in you to potentially want to check out the movie. So Claire becomes more and more aware that Ryan is unfaithful, and then
Do you know whose this is?
What is it?
It's a ring.
Huh. Where'd you find it?
By the pool?
Huh. No idea.
Ryan's best friend, his wife, ends up spilling all the beans to Claire. So Ryan comes home and Claire confronts him and tells him she knows that he's unfaithful to her. But it seems like she didn't know with who. So then at this point, Gerald is like, all right, everything is a go. Things just got much more real.
Eat! Eat!
So that is where I'm going to leave the movie. It is a very, very well done movie. The producers are the McManus brothers, and the director and the writer is Victor Zarkov. So I very much recommend watching this movie. It's not a difficult to watch movie. There's much harder to watch movies like my movie review of Possum. I very much recommend watching this video. You are not expecting anything, and the ending was so left field. It was so freaking left field, but it was hilarious, especially compared to what we saw in the rest of the movie from especially from Gerald. So this is there's two parts of the movie. There's another movie afterwards called 14 Cameras. I haven't watched that one, but that one seems similar but completely different take. And this one, it seems that Gerald is a lot more active in that movie. I will watch that one as well and do a review of it as well. Check out Neville Archambault's Twitter account. He's also on Instagram. Give him a follow, and definitely freaking check out The Block Island Sound, one of my top 3 favorite movies in the last few years. Check out the McManus brothers as well. They also produced, by the way, and wrote the Cobra Kai series on Netflix. So if you guys like Cobra Kai, you know how good these guys are at their job. So please check them out. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you want to subscribe. But most importantly, keep coming back for more videos. Santa Inc. destroyed this channel algorithmically. So it's going to take me a freaking hell of a long time getting the algorithm to start pushing the videos from this channel. Because man, going from hundreds and thousands of views per video and impressions to a paltry dozen, bro, it hurts. It hurts. So please come back for more videos. Check out some more videos that I'm leaving in the suggested boxes. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay strong. Chica Vega out. Thanks for watching.